Hello everyone and welcome to another weekend sketchathon. So this weekend, cups and saucers. So get yourselves into the kitchen, grab yourself a cup or a saucer or both, and we're going to be doing cups and saucers. So what you need to do to begin with is another little warm-up exercise. So let's just switch the camera so you can see my sketchbook. Okay, so as before, let's just start with a few lines and things just to warm ourselves up. And then today you want to get your curves going on, so you want to maybe just start drawing a few ellipses, okay, because when you draw a cup or a saucer or both, it usually ends up being elliptical in terms of its form. Okay, so do that for a few minutes, just warm up, just get the feel of the pencil again, make sure it's nice and sharp. If you want to use my method of using a scalpel rather than a pencil sharpener, as I've talked about before, and you can do that. Make sure you don't make a horrible mess everywhere, or if you do, have a bin handy. Okay. And then the key to drawing a good ellipse, I mean, you can construct it. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a straight line down the middle of the page and a couple of sort of lines that are perpendicular to that center line. Okay, and then you could maybe try and gauge an equal distance from either side of that sort of center line. So it doesn't have to be exactly doing this by eye. You can see what I'm doing there. So you've got your center line, and then try and mark a sort of distance that's equal on either side. Okay, so what you want to try and do is that you're trying to make your ellipse symmetrical, essentially. So if you want to, you could also do above and below the horizontal line, again sort of equal distance, less than the distance of the width of the ellipse, so that what you're trying to do is sort of use those as sort of marker points in which you're going to go through. Okay, what I mean by that is this. I'll just sort of demonstrate. So my ellipse wants to try and touch all of those points. Can you see? Okay, so do this a few times. Yeah, again, this is a sort of a warm up for the main event. Okay, what you want to be able to do is nice, free form, kind of relaxed ellipses. Okay. Something like so. Okay. Right, and then once you're happy with your ellipse, I mean, just get the feel of your wrist flowing. Your wrist is a natural compass, if you like. If you try this, if you're holding your wrist firmly on the page and you just sweep your wrist from one side to the other, sort of naturally, it creates a natural arc. Yeah. So just try that. Okay. Right, let's go grab a cup. So 1 cup. Right, let's just put that down over there. Okay, so there's our cup. Just position it nicely right in front of you. So what you're actually seeing at the moment is quite a bit of the open top of the cup, and that's our main ellipse, if you like. So again, you can construct this if you want. You can just draw in lightly your construction lines if you like, and just mark off again equidistant. Now because I'm quite close to this and sort of looking down almost at a 45-degree angle, you know, this is quite a fat ellipse for want of better phrase. So you know it's kind of like this. So again, I'm not worried about getting it right first time. Okay, but something like so. This cup that I've chosen, beautiful design of cup. I forget who designed this, but anyway, doesn't matter. Yeah, this cup is actually not quite as straightforward as perhaps a regular sort of cup with straight edges, because it does actually curve down towards the base. Okay, but again I can use the sort of guidelines as the, if you want, don't be afraid to turn your sketchbook around so that the natural radius of your wrist is what you're using to create. Okay, and then the handle, I'm seeing most of the handle actually on the side, so just notch that in. It's like an ear, this particular design. Okay. It goes to a very thin point, and it's actually quite chunky on the other side. Okay, so you know, once you're sort of happy with the basic proportions, and again you might need to do this a few times, you can then maybe start to sort of firm things up if you want to. Okay, so I've made this more or less as fat as it's tall.